Hi there and welcome to this training video, How to Confidently Create a New Career. I want to get started with a quote. The minute you choose to do what you want to do, it's a different kind of life. This was said by Buckminster Fuller, and I think it's such a great quote, and it really represents the essence of this training. So now, to get the most out of this training, I recommend, if you can, that you go somewhere quiet, you switch off your phone, and you really give yourself this time to discover some new strategies how you can create a new career. And stick around, as I have a great bonus if you stay with me until the end. So now, first tell me, are you waking up every day feeling excited and engaged? Knowing your career is a perfect fit with your life? If not, what is stopping you? Hi, I'm Hannah Gerling. I'm a wife, a coach, and a mother of two willful twin girls aged 2 and a 6-year-old boy. And if there is one thing I know quite well, it's how to create a new career. I have done it for myself, and also after years of coaching women just like you to create new careers, I have uncovered the strategies how to best do so. And this is what I'm going to share with you today. I'm also going to share the strategies how to overcome the limiting mindsets that so easily can stop you from creating a new career, a career that is right for you. So if you decided that you need a new career but not sure where to start, or if you're dreaming about having a career that truly engages you and is also a perfect fit with your life, then you will love what I'm about to share. Because the simple truth is that there is something stopping you. Maybe you're thinking that it's too late to change career now and that you don't have time to retrain and start from scratch. Or simply that finding a job that is engaging and also fits your life is just not possible to find. Or that you've invested so much in your degree and current career that you just can't change. That completely used to be me. After spending years on my degree and investing in my corporate career, I thought that was what I was supposed to do. But then one day, my partner was offered a promotion which included a move to a new country. As I quite like change, and I'm always up for an adventure, I have to say I was quite excited. But it didn't take too long before I started to feel lost. In this new place, not really knowing anyone, and my job that had always been quite a big part of my life, now just was not a fit anymore. So what should I do? It turned out it was time to reinvent what I do. And so I did. It's now 9 years ago since I made the switch from being a chemical engineer to becoming a coach. And I have to say it was the best thing I could ever have done. Then fast forward a few years and I was a mother of 3. And all of you mothers out there I'm sure can relate to this. My life required a different setup. So to make sure I could have both a life and a career that were a perfect match, I had to again look at what I was doing. This time though, as I had found my passion in coaching, my reinvention was less drastic. And I decided to leave my job as a consultant and set up my own business, knowing it would be hard work, but it would also allow me the flexibility that I needed. And that was the birth of TaxShe. Then a few years on and we made another move, and there I was. The business that I had built wasn't a match with my life, because it was all set around clients in our previous location. So again, I needed to redesign what I was doing. And this time it turned out it was time for my business to become more accessible and agile by going virtual. And this allowed me to keep doing what I love doing in a way that is also perfect fit with my life. So that was a little bit about my story, how I have redesigned my career several times to be a perfect fit with my life and a career that truly engages me. And redesigning her career is also what Hannah Perney did. She went from being a sports marketing manager to having her own business, a business helping expats transition to their new country and also to make an impact while they're abroad. Making an impact is something that Hannah is truly passionate about, and this is also a perfect fit for her as it offers her the flexibility she needs having 3 young kids. And Gertrude Wilson Prangley, another client of mine, who was a journalist but really wanted to make a difference for children in Africa, She has founded and runs Play Africa, a not-for-profit organization taking play-based learning to children across Africa. Imagine that feeling. Doing something engages and energizes you, and that is also a perfect fit with your life. And yes, that can be you. So where do we start? Let's begin with the mindsets that can so easily stop you from creating that new careers of yours. Limiting mindsets are very common in all areas of life, and these are the thoughts that talk us out of doing things before we even started. These thoughts can quite easily be reframed, but first the trick is to spot them. When you're aware of the thoughts that are stopping you from creating the life you want, then you can turn them around and get your mind to work with you instead of against you. So now, let's talk about the 3 limiting mindsets that will stop you from creating a new career. And the first one is, I have invested so much time and effort in my degree and current career that is what I should do. This is a common one, though if you actually look at the statistics, most university graduates don't work with anything in relation to their degree. And also, if you look at happiness and fulfillment at work, the people that are actively deciding or changing their career score much higher here than people that just stay. So remember, here you need to reframe to your career can be anything you decide. Another limiting mindset is believing that work is work and it's not meant to be fun. It's what pays the bills. Yes, of course, your work should pay the bills, but enjoyment should be the guide to finding the right work for you. So knowing what engages you should be the starting point for your next career, not a lucky outcome. Okay? Then moving on to the limiting mindset number 3. One that will also stop you from creating the right career for you. And that is, it is now too late to change and I don't have time to retrain and start from scratch. To this I can tell you, it is never too late to create a life and career that you love. And also, I think it's worth pointing out that you are never starting from scratch. Throughout your life, you have built up a wealth of knowledge and experience, no matter what you have been doing. And that is something that you can always tap into. So to give you an example where lots of my clients have got stuck, and these are the stay-at-home mums, thinking for the last few years they haven't built on their professional experience. But instead, think about the experience you have gained, everything from time management and planning to problem solving and crisis management, not to mention negotiation skills and financial management. All really valuable skills to take with you to your next career. So that's how to reframe to make sure your mind works with you instead of against you. Now, let's move on to the proven system that will help you create a new engaging career that fits perfectly with your life. And number 1, know your why. You need to be ultra clear on why you're thinking about changing career or creating a new one. Is it that you want more money? Is the work environment really bad? Or has your life changed and your current job is no longer a fit? Whatever it is, you need to be clear on this. Otherwise, you may end up spending all your time and effort finding a new job to end up exactly where you're starting. So you need to know what problem you are trying to solve. Here you also want to take the time to figure out what truly engages you and also what energizes you, as this should really be the guide to finding the right career for you. You can do this by simply monitor when you're feeling engaged and energized. Take note of what activities you are doing. Also take note of when you're feeling bored and restless and what you are doing then. By having a good understanding of this, you can then create a career that is based on the right activities and therefore will leave you feeling happy and fulfilled at the end of the day instead of drained and deflated, and where engagement is a natural part of your day and not a lucky outcome. And this part is extremely powerful, especially if you're on a career break after having kids, or maybe you move country. And then it's easy to feel that some part of your identity is missing. And through this exercise, you get to rediscover your joys and connect with yourself, as there is no need to reinvent you, only what you do. Okay, step number 2. Now it's time to find your direction. When you know you need a new career and what is engaging and energizing you, then it's time to figure out your direction. Where are you going? This is an important step to create a career that is engaging and also a right fit with your life. And here you need to do a couple of things. Firstly, know your big picture. What does your perfect life look like in 5 to 10 years' time? What do you do? And where do you live? And who is there with you? Dream big and make it clear that this is what you are working towards. Knowing your big picture will help you stay grounded, and also to make the right decisions. The decisions that will take you to where you want to go. And when you have your big picture clear, you also need to define your outlook on work and life. And your outlook on life is basically how you view the world. And to help you define it, you may want to ask yourself, what makes it a good life? What makes it meaningful? And then it's the time to define your outlook on work. And here you can ask yourself, what is work for? What defines good work? And what has money got to do with it? And what has experience and growth got to do with it? When you define your two outlooks, then you need to check if they're aligned or if they clash. To live a meaningful life, your work and life needs to be connected and your two outlooks need to be aligned. So make sure you have this in place when you start creating your new career. I know this may all sound a bit philosophical, but it's underpinning everything we do, so please don't ignore it. So, with your big picture and your outlooks on life and work, you have your direction and you are set to go. Then we're ready for step number 3. Create alternatives. To be able to find the best career for you, you need to create options. And I'm talking real alternatives here. So marketing consultant and management consultant are not two options. They are two versions of the same alternative. So what you want to have is ideally 3 or at least 2 alternatives. And when you ideate, first look at areas you might be interested in working in. Where have you dreamt about working? Write down all the ideas and try to do it quickly so you don't allow your brain to start censoring potentially great ideas. Then it's time to create some job roles. Here you need to make sure you found your different alternatives on what engages you and energizes you, as this is a great guide to creating a job that is right for you. And again, when you ideate, try to do it quickly and allow crazy ideas as well. You don't want to stop your jackpot from emerging by cutting it off too soon. Then look at your areas and your job roles and try to create 3 possible and exciting career alternatives. And please note that if the alternatives do not excite you, then you have to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so now we're on to step number 4. Test it out. Now you have 3 or at least 2 possible career alternatives. Then you want to make sure you don't invest too much time and effort into building a new career that may or may not be a perfect fit. So, test it out first. This will allow you to figure out if it is what you imagined, if it is something you can see yourself doing for months and even years on end. And if you do find it out that it isn't, you will have invested very little at the same time as you will be one big step closer to finding out the right career for you. You simply take the guesswork out and go for a career that you know will be a right fit. And by testing, you basically allow yourself to fail fast and to fail forward. And if you do hit the jackpot straight away and the testing proves that this alternative is something that you really love, then great, you can embark on this new journey with great confidence. So what do I mean by testing? By simply getting somebody's story on how they made it to where they are and what they love and hate doing about their job can take you a long way. And if you like to take it one step further, then go for a testing experience, like shadowing someone for a day. You'll get so much out of that. Finally, we've got step number 5. Make it happen. This may sound really simple, but you wouldn't believe how many that actually fails this step and get stuck doing what they've always been doing. And what you need to do here to make sure you create a new career of yours is to set your goals and hold yourself accountable. When you define your goals around creating a new career, make sure they are specific and also make them a priority. And a good way to get your mind to help you here is to think about what it would mean to you to have this new career of yours. How would it make you feel going to work every day feeling truly engaged? Picture this. Add as many descriptors as you can, and your mind will start helping you, making it a priority to achieve it. And this is the power of our minds. Like I said before, make your mind work with you instead of against you. Then we have accountability. Holding yourself accountable is a key step in getting you to where you want to be. And there are different ways to do this. One way to do this is by declaring your goals. Declare them to your partner or family or maybe even on social media. If you're declaring that you're creating a new career and you plan to have it in place by when, and tell it to people. And by doing this, you add that little bit of external pressure that is so good for productivity and for achieving what you want. So, what do you think? I'm not exactly sure why you're here, but if I guess you want to have a career that engages you and fits perfectly with your life. Maybe you want to re-engage with yourself and your identity, and deep down, you know you can have a career that engages you, pays the bills, and leaves you feeling happy and fulfilled. If that's you, then it's time to step up, take charge, and go out there and create a career and life that you love. Because now it's your time, and you may as well start now, as today is the first day of the rest of your life, and you might as well make the most of it, right? And remember, none of what I shared with you today is unproved theory. I've used every single of these strategies for myself and for many women just like you to create careers that are truly engaging and also fits with our lives. I'm not extra special and I don't have access to exclusive stuff. I simply have a process that works. If I can do this, then you can too. So, if you now feel it's your time, then let me tell you about the bonus I mentioned in the beginning. It's a great one. And today I'm going to offer you some free coaching. And what's going to happen in this session is that first you will identify exactly where you are and what change you would like to make. Secondly, we look at what's stopping you from having the career and life you really want. And thirdly, we'll set a clear path that will help you create a career you love and will uncover the best action steps you can take right now. And at the end of this session, one or two things will happen. Either we'll be a good fit and I'll invite you to join our career design lab. Or if not, that's totally okay too, and there are no obligations or anything. Either way, you will receive a very valuable coaching session, and it will likely be the most valuable 30 minutes you invest in yourself this year. So go ahead, book your free session, and you'll be on your way to start building a career that you love. Have a great day, and bye for now.